Ever wondered how understanding the economy might make you a better entrepreneur? Well, for the last few weeks, I've been deep in the economics module of my Quantic EMBA, and I'm here to tell you all about it. So in this video, what I'm going to do is have a few sections. First section, I'm going to talk about microeconomics. I'm not here to instruct you. I'm not going to tell you, all the ins and outs of it. I'm here to give you an overview of what it means to entrepreneurs and to me. So we're going to talk about microeconomics, then we're going to talk about macroeconomics, then I'm going to talk about the practical applications of these, and then I'm going to say goodbye. So here we go. Part 1, microeconomics. All right, let's dive into the world of microeconomics. So microeconomics is not just for economists, but also for us entrepreneurs. And I would actually say that it's maybe crucial for us entrepreneurs. So what exactly is microeconomics? In simple terms, it's the study of how individuals and businesses make decisions to allocate resources. It's all about these small-scale economic activities and what drives them. So why should we, as entrepreneurs, care about any of this? Well, here's the deal. Every decision we make in our business has its roots in microeconomic principles, whether we're aware of it or not. So let's talk about decision making. Every day we make choices, what to produce, how much to charge for our products, what suppliers to choose. These are all microeconomic decisions. So understanding the principles of supply and demand, for instance, can help us set the right price for our product. So let's talk about cost management. Microeconomics teaches us about marginal cost and average cost. And by understanding these, we can manage our production costs and improve our profitability. And it's not just theory. It's practical money-saving tactics for businesses, underlined by data. And here's another critical area, perhaps the most critical area, understanding the market. Microeconomics helps us analyze market structures, understand our competition, and perhaps even identify our customers' needs better. It's kind of like having a roadmap, cheat sheet for being an entrepreneur. So let's make up an example here, So let's say we had somebody, Jamie, who has her own coffee shop. By understanding elasticity of demand, maybe she would know when to strategically offer coupons on her down days and boost her sales. So that's microeconomics in action. It's practical, applicable, and profitable. So what have we learned about microeconomics? It's about making informed decisions. It's about managing costs efficiently, and it's about understanding our market better. It's not just academic jargon. It's actually a practical toolkit. And I'll tell you, I was head of the list, thinking that studying these things had no practical application for entrepreneurs, and I stand corrected. I think they're vital for entrepreneurial ventures. And in the next section, I'm going to tell you about macroeconomics and how even that has an impact on our business. So now we're going to talk about the bigger, vaster, wider world of macroeconomics and the hidden treasures it has for entrepreneurs. So macroeconomics, kind of the clue is in the name, sounds big, and that's studying the economy as a whole. So while microeconomics zooms in to the personal and the business level, macroeconomics zooms out. And we're talking about national and global economic trends. So why is such a big picture important for us entrepreneurs? To put it bluntly, it lets us see outside the confines of our business and perhaps understand external factors that impact us significantly. For starters, macroeconomics helps us understand the economic environment that we're in. Inflation rates, economic growth patterns, these aren't just things that you see in the news headlines. These are vital signs of economic health, and they affect our business decisions directly. And then there are economic cycles, periods of growth and recession. As entrepreneurs, knowing where these cycles are can inform our strategy and, help us be more profitable and take a look at our investments. And let's not forget about government policy. Tax changes, trade agreements, monetary policies, These are macroeconomic factors, and they can have a direct impact on our business and our business landscape. Understanding them really equips us, to navigate these things or even leverage these things in our favor. And if you're not doing it, your competition probably is. I run a tech startup, If I had kept an eye on macroeconomic indicators, perhaps I would have been able to anticipate market slowdowns and changes in customer patterns a bit more clearly, and I could have secured the stability a bit better. I think that's the power of understanding macroeconomics at work. So what are the takeaways here? Macroeconomics gives us a bird's eye view of the economic landscape, and it helps us anticipate changes, understand government policy, and lets us make informed decisions for our own business's future. We're in a shrinking world, and this world of entrepreneurship, staying informed, on the macro level is just as important as managing these micro level decisions that we seem to take so easily. So in the next section, I want to talk about how you can integrate these economic principles directly into business strategies. So have you ever wondered how real-world entrepreneurs integrate things like academic lessons into business success? I know I did. So let's take a look at what my personal actions were after doing this module. So I'm not going to, be all grandiose and say this revolutionized my business thinking, but certainly it made me look at things in a very different way and talk about transformation and growth. So one of the key lessons I learned was about the power of understanding consumer behavior. Especially, the microeconomics module, it opened up my eyes to why customers make the choices they do, and how I can better tailor my products and services like Zonmaster to meet their needs. On the macro side of things, understanding economic trends and long-term forecasts can really impact our business strategies. It's about aligning our business goals with the market realities around the world. So let's talk about risk management. Economic principles kind of like a bit of a radar, out there telling us which direction we can go and we can't go. If we look at market trends or economic indicators, they're all based on data, and we can look at these and see how they affect us and mitigate the potential risk. But of course, we're entrepreneurs. We live on innovation, and innovation comes from seeing things a little bit differently. Microeconomics, they can help us see how we can satisfy customer needs slightly differently, or perhaps come up with an operational efficiency. All of that data can be used for innovation. And macroeconomics, think about if you understand the digital economy or global market trends better, what kind of groundbreaking business models or expansion opportunities you could come up with. So I think what it means for us entrepreneurs is that by integrating economic principles into our business strategies, we can make more informed decisions, we can reduce risk, and we can seize opportunities for growth and innovation. Doesn't get any better than that, really, does it? That's the beauty of economics and entrepreneurship. It's the application. And it's not just about numbers and graphs, though it's important to know that this is all data-driven action, We're not making this stuff up. We're looking at numbers perhaps we weren't looking at before. I've now started to apply these lessons and make some changes inside of the business model that we run on top. It's a very data-driven approach, which I've said a few times already, but it's really important to me, that we're looking at the numbers and then looking at the elasticity of demand for our products, for instance. And I started to pay a little bit more closer attention to economic indicators and even things like GDP growth rate and market sector growth. It's a new thing. It's a big, complicated change to incorporate, but you're working on real numbers and with real impact. So I think the economics module, taught me the importance of being agile and responsive, not just in operations, but also in strategic thinking. So long term, I think these lessons have not just impacted my business strategies, but also impacted how I lead my team. I think understanding economics has made me a better communicator, especially when it comes to discussing market trends and business goals with the people who do things like my marketing. The entrepreneurial journey, it has to be one of continuous growth and learning. If you don't keep learning, you are sunk. And I think if you've seen anything in here that's kind of interesting to you, I encourage you to go out. If you're not going to take a full MBA, which I encourage you to do, if you're not going to do that, look at videos about microeconomics, macroeconomics here on YouTube. There's some great resources available. There's also great books if that's your way of learning. For me, I bought the books as well as doing the Quantic lessons. I found that really cemented the thing. To be honest, why I'm doing this video is because it cements the ideas more in my brain. And I've seen how these can be applicable immediately inside of my business. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, bell notification. Thanks for following me on this Quantic journey. And we'll talk more about economics in the next one, I think. And we've got some really interesting interviews coming up. See you soon.